Hi, this is Dr. Vaughn, Spirit of Health. Now I'm going to tell you why I have chosen to follow this program, the Body Ecology program. I have been a health advocate for a long time, for many years. However, I grew up on processed foods. Imagine that. I grew up eating macaroni and cheese and sugar, sweet tarts, Skittles, Nerds, Snickers. I mean, you name a candy, I ate it. Didn't think it was a big deal. It was just how I grew up. It was how I lived, and nobody really knew any different. All the sugared cereals, the Cocoa Puffs, the Cocoa Pebbles, the Fruity Pebbles, the Count Chocula, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wow, it's amazing how many of them I can actually name. And I used to eat these on a daily basis. Now, wasn't a big deal for me all through my teen years. Through college, I ate pretty much what I wanted. And right when I got out of college, I gained weight real fast and I became unhealthy. Developed heart condition, developed all kinds of issues, and decided to start studying health. And I've been battling for at least a couple years now that I've known of, probably longer, but I've been battling an internal fungal infection, Candida fungal infection, also known as Candidiasis. And a lot of people deal with this, and that's one reason I'm following this program by Donna Gates, is that she firmly believes that 90% of all Americans have this issue, whether they know it or not. They have the symptoms of it. Some people choose to ignore it. For women, a yeast infection here and there, reoccurring yeast infections, long-term antibiotic use. It usually manifests through the sexual organs of a woman, through the vaginal canal. And with men, it's often different. It starts in the intestinal tract, where you'll have a lot of gas and bloating and indigestion and problems with your digestion, then pain sometimes in your rib cage area resonating up into your chest. Sometimes you'll have blockages in your ear, one ear, both ears are alternating back and forth between the two. And then some of the obvious signs that a lot of people know about, the athlete's foot. Oh, I got athlete's foot, and they'll just spray some fast-acting Tinactin on it or whatever and just pretend like it's no big deal. But what people don't understand is that everything on the outside of the body is a manifestation of what's on the inside of the body coming out. So the obvious signs, yellowing of the fingers, fingernails, toenails, things like that's an obvious sign of a fungal infection. And it's directly linked now to so many illnesses. There's so many autoimmune conditions, cancers, all types of issues that are related to these internal fungal infections. Bottom line is, if you have one, you just don't feel good. You feel tired, you feel lethargic, your mind is cloudy and foggy, and you can't think clearly, your memory's poor, and you just don't feel well overall, and you can't really figure out why. And a lot of times you go to the doctor and they'll run blood and do some other tests, and if all those tests come out normal, they'll just say, oh well, it's all in your head, or they really don't have an answer oftentimes. So that's one reason this program is important. I believe that this issue is one of the most overlooked issues in medicine today, unfortunately. So it's time we tackle this. And having dealt with this for many years myself, I have tried, like I said, many different programs, many different plans, many different diets, many different anti-candida protocols and cleanses. I've done a 30-day where I ate no food. And I tell you what, those things were great. I mean, I finished the programs, I felt fantastic, but what I never took to heart was the fact that, as I always tell people, and I need to practice what I preach, of course, that it's all about lifestyle change. You have to make permanent changes. Temporary changes bring around temporary results. And that's what I found with some of the cleanses I've done. For example, when I did my 30-day cleanse, I felt amazing when it was over. I lost a lot of weight, but it tends to happen when you don't eat for 30 days. It seems extreme to some people, but when I came off it, I gained back the weight, 20 pounds in a week, real fast. Weight came back, muscle came back. I felt amazing, amazing, amazing. And I went back to not eating junk, but eating healthy, but still eating foods that would feed this Candida fungal infection, not realizing that it's hiding deep down in your tissues and that it can come back at any time once you feed it. So again, it takes long-term lifestyle changes to fully overcome an issue like this. So I let it come back again, and I've been on this teeter-totter, this roller coaster back and forth, where I feel great, introduce some foods that I shouldn't, it comes back again, then I cleanse again, and I'm back and forth and I'm back and forth. My goal is full healing, completely overcoming cravings, sugar cravings, weaknesses in the body, and achieving vibrant health. And it can be done through this program. I know it in my heart and soul. Now, I'm just starting this program. So now I'm going to give you some of the basics of the program, but that is why I'm doing it. Also, I want to let you know what I hope to achieve. What I hope to achieve through this program is, one, fully overcoming my issue with Candida and fungus. I think that's thousands of people who watch this video can attest to how challenging of an issue that is and how big of an issue that is in today's society. And let me real quickly just tell you why that is so common in America. It's our lifestyle. It's things that contribute to this type of infection are antibiotics, all different types of drugs, steroid use, eating processed foods, eating lots of sugar, stress and anxiety, too much caffeine. I mean, that's the American lifestyle, and that contributes to this imbalance. And what this imbalance is an imbalance of living bacteria inside your system. We have good bacteria, we have bad bacteria. We're born with good bacteria, and this good bacteria populates the system as a baby, and we get this immune system's built through the mother's milk. But oftentimes the mother's not very healthy. The mother doesn't breastfeed for a year minimum or longer. The baby is transferred after breast milk to something like cow's milk, especially the stuff in the grocery store, unpasteurized and homogenized, which is impossible for any baby to digest. Number one cause of allergies and asthma, autoimmune conditions, eczema, juvenile diabetes. All these different issues are caused from cow's milk. And this severely weakens the immune system of the babies. So sometimes it can start at a young age, and it can take time, but eventually, usually it hits that person. And then again, we get sick, we take antibiotics, and this continues to tear down the good bacteria in our system that we need for a healthy immune system. And when the bad bacteria take over, it morphs into like a fungus, and then it digs into our intestinal tract, it can get into our organs, into our bloodstream, and it gets really nasty when it's called a systemic issue. So that's what's happened to me, unfortunately. Like I said, I've been battling it. So I'm going to fully overcome it with this program, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to show you how easy it is